Limited Run Games is a game publisher that does limited physical releases of indie games, and there are 5 problems I have with this company. Hello everyone, my name is Adam and welcome to Time Lag Gaming. I probably should not be making this video because I am an indie game developer myself, and someday I may be reaching out to them to get my game published. But I just have to get these issues off my chest. First of all, I actually love what Limited Run Games does. They put out physical copies of Nintendo Switch indie games that would not normally be able to have physical releases. They communicate well, they are transparent, and I have bought several games from them. If you would like to see an unboxing of one of their physical releases, check out my Golf Story unboxing and first impression video. Despite how amazing Limited Run is, I still have issues with them, so let's go into my 5 main problems that I have with Limited Run games. The first issue I ever had with Limited Run was the first game I bought from them. That was Flinthook for the Nintendo Switch. I had never played the game, but I heard great things about it, and I wanted to try out another roguelike game. So I bought it, and 4 months later it arrived. And the back cover is terrible. Just look at it. How did anyone from Limited Run or Tribute Games see the back cover and say, yeah, that looks good? The back is empty. It looks like an unfinished version that they accidentally uploaded and sent to Limited Run. Where are the words? Where's the cool descriptions of what the game is all about? Just look at any other physical Switch game ever and the back of it will look better than this one. All Limited Run's other releases have had good back covers, but for some reason, for this one, they were super lazy and didn't care. You may be thinking it's not that big of a deal. And in the end, it's not, but it really bothers me. I paid $35 for a physical release of an indie game that is normally $15 and has been on sale many times for under $10. The entire point is to have a physical copy of the game and a cover with beautiful artwork, except the back of this one has a ton of empty space. If I ever get a publisher to help me release a physical copy of the game I'm making, I would want it to actually look good. How did the devs and publishers find this okay? So my first ever purchase from Limited Run was disappointing. Also, I waited about 4 months for the game, and then a few days after it arrived, I went to PAX West and they were selling it there, and I was like, really? I could have just bought it here and saved $5 on shipping. But that's just a minor annoyance. I actually like that they have a booth at PAX and sell their games there. The next issue I have with Limited Run is more of a general one, and that is all orders have very long fulfillment times. As I said before, it took 4 months to receive Flinthook. It is pretty standard for all their games to take about 3 to 4 months to arrive. You can't really blame them too much on this, as there's only so much they can do to shorten fulfillment times. You see, typically every batch of games they make is made to order. So however many orders they receive, they will order that amount from Nintendo. Also, Nintendo requires batch sizes of at least 1,000. However, the company has said they are working to improve fulfillment times throughout 2019. There have also been some games that have not had long fulfillment times, like Golf Story. Golf Story took just over 1 month to arrive from when I ordered it, and that is a significant improvement. The way they achieved this is they had already ordered a batch of 1,000 before orders went up. But they can't do this with every game because they would have to know that they would get at least 2,000 orders. So that 1,000 can be ordered up front, and at least another 1,000 can be ordered after they receive orders. Golf Story is a very popular game, so they easily anticipated getting a few thousand orders. But a lot of their games are not as popular, so they can't always do this. They also only have a small team, so they can only put together the orders so fast. But they should be hiring more people, which will help with fulfillment times. There are also other things they can do to improve fulfillment times, and that is not announcing the physical release or accepting orders until the physical cartridges have actually been accepted and approved by Nintendo. Basically, they should not even announce a physical release unless they are ready to order the completed games. And this brings me to the third problem I have with Limited Run. This is the issue of the major delay for Pixel Junk Monsters 2. Pixel Junk Monsters 2 is a very unique tower defense game. I played a demo and I loved the game, so I bought the physical edition for Limited Run. I ordered it on May 18th, 2018 for $45, and I still have not received it almost 10 months later. They took orders before the game was even completed because there was DLC they wanted to add onto the cartridge before releasing it. But once they did complete the game, the final build had to be approved by Nintendo. And then they have to go through label approval and a bunch of other stuff before they can even order the physical copies. They should never have even announced that they were going to have a physical version, let alone take pre-orders if they didn't even have a final build of the game approved by Nintendo. They should not take orders or announce the release unless the game is finished, the game is approved, and unless they are ready to order the physical cartridges. Throughout the past 10 months, they have given us production updates once every now and then. But every production update, they say, oh, we should have them in hand and ready to ship out next month. And then the end of that month rolls around and nothing. We don't hear anything until a week into the next month. The current update is that they should have the physical copies of Pixel Junk Monsters 2 in hand by mid to late February, and they'll begin shipping immediately. So I'm hoping I will receive the game by the end of the month, but realistically I won't get it until early March. My fourth issue with Limited Run is how they handled the orders for Celeste. Celeste is a platforming game and it won Best Indie Game at the 2018 Game Awards. Limited Run made a physical copy of the game. They also made collector's editions. They took orders throughout the whole month of January, at least for the standalone version. The standalone copies had no limit, but as usual, the collector's editions only had a set number available. However, they only made 2,500 units, and they sold out within seconds of orders going live. It was nearly impossible to get a Celeste collector's edition. They obviously knew that there was going to be huge demand for this game, but they still didn't make anywhere near enough. But it gets worse. This collector's edition is made in partnership with the company Fangamer. It was made apparent all along that they were going to have a small batch of these collector's editions available from fangamer.com in April or May, after all the original orders have shipped. The problem with this is they are holding copies of the collector's edition to sell after orders have ended, thus encouraging people to buy a normal copy in case they can't get a collector's edition, and then 1,000 people are going to end up with 2 copies. You see, they told people that were complaining about the quick sellout that they were going to have more from Fangamer after original orders have shipped. So let's say I wanted to wait and try to get the collector's edition from Fangamer in May, 2 months after orders have arrived. Well, it's a very small batch and it's going to sell out right away. So I would have a very slim chance at actually getting it. The problem here is that if I were not able to get a collector's edition, I would not be able to get a copy of the game at all. Anybody who wants to wait to get a collector's edition has to order a normal copy from Limited Run to make sure they will still have a copy in case they can't get a collector's edition from Fangamer. Yes, they still will have some standard editions available at Best Buy, but those will for sure be out of stock after 2 months from when the Fangamer collector's editions go up. So because of the way Limited Run is handling this, 1,000 people are going to end up with 2 physical copies of the game. That is just a horrible business practice. There are so many better ways they could have handled this. They should have made more collector's editions to begin with. Yes, their name is Limited Run, but limited could mean 1,000 copies, or limited could mean 10,000 copies. Limited could mean they make one batch of any number and then never make any other batch again. There is no reason that they shouldn't have made more available. Selling collector editions through Fangamer is fine, but they should have done this before they closed orders for the standard edition, or simply make more standard editions available through Fangamer when the collector editions go up. The only thing they could do to fix this now is to let Fangamer sell a larger quantity when they go up. However, they would need to tell everybody now and let people cancel their standard edition orders. And they would need to sell regular editions through Fangamer as well for people who try and aren't able to get the collector's edition. What makes this even worse is eBay tweeted out that they had copies of the collector edition in stock. Of course, through scalpers who are selling the game for twice the price. But then the official Celeste Twitter account liked their tweet as well. I know eBay is a business and they want to promote their products, but that just feels wrong to me. And then there's the fact that Celeste liked the tweet, which made it visible to thousands of more people and thus promoted scalpers, and that also just felt wrong to me. Even if you love Limited Run games, you cannot deny that they should have handled the situation better to begin with. The last problem I have with Limited Run is that it takes forever for gold points to work. On the Nintendo Switch, you receive gold points for buying physical copies of games. Except with Limited Run, the gold points don't work right away. This is not unheard of. I've had issues receiving gold points with games from smaller publishers, but they always show up after about a week. But with Limited Run, it takes months to be able to receive gold points. With some games like Flinthook, you still cannot collect the gold points. And I have had the game for over 5 months now. You may never be able to get the gold points from some of these games. Now this is not all Limited Run's fault. A lot of this is with Nintendo, but I am sure there is more they could be doing to get Nintendo to fix this issue. However, this issue is relatively small, so it's not a high priority for Limited Run games to worry about. So those are the 5 issues and problems I have had with Limited Run games. All of this being said, I still respect the company, I still love what they do, and I am super excited to receive my physical copies of Celeste and Pixel Junk Monsters 2. I also just picked up the release of Super Meat Boy last weekend from Best Buy. Some of their games they sell through Best Buy now, which is actually really cool. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. Before I end, I want to give a huge thanks to all my subscribers and to everyone who watches my videos. You helped me get to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone. Anyways, I want to hear from you. Have you bought any games through Limited Run? Have you had any issues with them? Is there any game you hope they do a physical release of? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching.